morning, everyone. This is ZeroRTG going over week 9 of season 4 of the free champion rotation. So we're gonna start out with we're just gonna start at the top. This week we have Ashe as one of the ADCs. Now she's not the stronger. I'd say she's definitely the weaker of the two ADCs we have this week. She's very much a stand and deliver champ. She has a slow. She has a stun in her ultimate. She actually has two slows, and she has kind of like a vision shot that she can shoot out and see things, but doesn't do much else other than give her a little gold. So the fact that she's missing an ability slot, her only stun is her ultimate, and she doesn't have any escapes, is makes her a lower tier ADC. You're gonna struggle with her for sure unless you're super low elo, in which case she's cheap and buy her, but I wouldn't play Ashe overly much. Give her a try, but she's definitely the weaker ADC in the matchup here. And then we have Gangplank, who can be played either jungle or top. I've seen him build crit plank and done really well, but consistently he's not a great performer. His ultimate isn't, it's global, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. It's basically just a global slow. So you have to have really, really good map awareness to play Gangplank. I wouldn't really recommend it. I mean, give him a try, see if you're really good with him. I mean, we all have that champion we're really good with, but Gangplank is not, overall, is not a super strong champ. You can play him well, but I don't think he has quite the same potential as a lot of other tops, and he's not the strongest jungle. Now, here's where we get into a pickle, because we've got three people that basically only play mid in this rotation. We have a couple other people that also can play mid fairly well. So the first one that can only mid is going to be Heimerdinger, and he's really good early game. But at about 20 minutes when people start getting items, his burst starts to weaken and he can't kill people right away, which is a struggle. Or if his turrets start to get picked off. Once you hit level 10 or so, you can start to pick his turrets off in one shot, and that makes him pretty much worthless. Because if you walk into a full turret farm on Heimerdinger, he's going to kill you. But if you can just snipe those turrets, or outrange those turrets, if you're Caitlyn, you can just shoot them and they can't do anything back to you, really. All of a sudden, Heimerdinger's just a target, and he's not going to survive much. So I wouldn't, I feel really negative saying you shouldn't play the first three champions, but they're pretty weak picks. You can get away with Heimer for sure. You can get away with all of them, but Heimer's a pretty trolly pick. Just because you fall off late games, you really have to snowball yourself early game, which you can do, but the other team has to be pretty bad and try to gank you in some situations they never should go into. Now here's the ADC I would recommend playing. This one would be the one I'd put at the top of the list, is Jinx, because she's a newer champion, and she's just a really solid ADC player. As you can see, she does more damage than Ashe. I don't put a lot of faith in these bars, but she has a lot of things in her kit that make her a lot stronger than other ADCs. She has a stun, she has a long range slow, her ult is AoE and global, which is really strong. And then she has an auto attack speed boost with her Q. Or AoE damage with her Q, she can decide. It's pretty ridiculous. And then if she kills a turret or a champion, she gets a speed boost, which is insane, because then if she kites somebody down and kills them and she can't take the next person, she can just walk away. It's crazy. Her recall animation is also really cool. So I would definitely recommend playing Jinx as an ADC. You need to play her this week and see if you're good with her. She's 6,300. It's worth your time. Karma is one of those picks that has just recently started to come back into the meta. I've seen her played well as support and top. Pardon me. I wouldn't necessarily recommend her going top, but she's a really solid support. She can do a lot of damage. She has a good slow. I believe she has a bit of a stun. I would play Karma support and just see how you are, because she's a very, you're either going to be good with her or you're not. She's a very random champ that way. I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is, but some people pick her up and are amazing with her, and a lot of people pick her up and are trash. But she has a good kit, so you definitely should play Karma this week and try to get her slows down, and your shield. Lee Sin is blind, so we can play him. He has a really broken kit. He has everything you need to be successful. He has escapes up the wazoo. He has crowd control. Just, yeah, mobility. He can kick people into turrets. It's just Lee Sin's ridiculous, but he has a really, really high skill cap because you have to be able to ward jump and crap. I can't play him very well. But he has a lot of potential, and a lot of people play him really well. He can play jungle, he can play mid, he can play top. Just up to you. I say he's probably best jungle because his initiations are really solid, so it's kind of a surprise if he can get in on you if you're in lane. I would play Lee Sin this week for sure. Lulu can be played mid or support generally. I'd say I wouldn't say she's stronger either. I've seen people that play her really well, play her mid, and be just terrifying. But she's really good support because her ultimate makes you bigger and gives you more health and is a knock-up. She has not a stun, but it's immobilization. She turns you into a sheep for a little bit. She does decent damage, and she also has a shield, and a speed boost, which is insane. So she's a really solid support. I'll probably be picking her up this week. Shyvana is our first, I suppose, our second decent jungle. I would highly recommend her in the jungle. Highly recommend her top lane. Probably better top lane. She's really tanky and still deals out the damage. It's just so good. She has a lot of zoning ability. I wouldn't say crowd control. It's not really, but it's a really zoning champ. She has a lot of AoE. She has a large knockup with her dragon form that can just throw the entire enemy team back into a team fight they don't want to be in. She's just a really strong champion. It gets really tanky, and especially in low elos, really tanky damage dealing champions do really well because people can't kill you because we're bronze. Syndra and Vel'Koz here. So I would definitely recommend Lee Sin and Shyvana in the jungle. And Shyvana top. And then we have Syndra, who's our second mid lane only, which is, to me, is surprising. Again, her skill cap's really high. She's challenging to use, but she does a lot of damage if you pick her up and play her properly. So I'd recommend playing Syndra and see if you're good with her, see if you can learn her kit, see if you want to. Some people like the way she plays. I mean, it's really early in the morning. I enjoy Syndra. I'd recommend picking her up. She's probably the strongest mid in this selection. Yeah, but you just have to make sure you get her Q out enough that you have enough balls that your ult will do damage and your other abilities will do damage. Because it's all based off how many balls you have on the field. And then we have Vel'Koz, who's brand new. This is his first time being free. He's challenging to play, but he's strong once you get him down. He has a lot of CC. He can always get out of a fight if he doesn't want it because his Q is a super good slow. He has a knock-up, and he has zone control with all of his abilities actually, but he has zone control with his rift opening, whatever it's called, because it does lots of damage. So they have to walk around it, or you're gonna kill them if they chase you, and then you're gonna be able to land another Q. It also his rift opening has no cast time as well, so it's really easy zone control if you're running away, or even if you're chasing. So I'd recommend playing Vel'Koz. Maybe I'll take it back. Him and Syndra are probably about even at this point. Although I'm sure he'll have some changes soon. But I would definitely pick up both of them mid lane. There's a lot of mid lanes this week, but I'd pick these two up for sure. Thanks for watching, guys. Questions, comments, rude remarks, throw them down below, and I look forward to playing with you soon.